Hi everyone, welcome back to my garden. I hope you've all had a lovely Easter weekend. We're a little bit soggy up here in the northeast of England, but we can't complain because we've had 3 lovely days. So today's video is really going to be a continuation of last night's video where I showed you some of the new plants I'd received as birthday gifts that I'm going to put into my white garden that I'm creating at the back of my house. It's a tiny little space. It's also known as a moon garden. So a white garden, moon garden. It's a space where you can enjoy it in the evening, really. So the plants are all white or very light, and they'll show up against the sort of black backdrop. So I've painted the fences black, and I've painted the back of my garage black. So yes, I'll get cracking, get these plants in, and then I'll show you around at the end. So if you don't want to see me doing all the digging and that, just skip to the end and I'll give you a little quick tour. So I just wanted to show you the difference between my side garden that wraps around the house and the garden that I'm working at the back of the house. So look at this brilliant sunshine here versus this area here. So that's what the plants are sort of contending with. The later into the summer we get, and the higher the sun climbs in the sky, the longer that this border will stay in sunshine. So here we are, it's only 2:10 in the afternoon, but this is nearly all in deep shade. From the rows round here, never goes into sunshine. So this is the corner of the garage as you enter into the moon garden, I'm going to call it. Dig any plants out that have finished flowering or haven't flowered yet. Put them in here so I can transplant them into the other part of the garden, which will leave this part of the soil free. And I thought I would plant some of the sweet woodruff there. So that as you come into the garden, you get this lovely smell, rather than put that up at the top corner. And I hope it does spread as quickly as it's supposed to. I might even buy some more. I can't believe how beautiful the smell is. So I'll speed these bits up where I'm digging plants out. And I'm sure throughout the year I'm just going to be constantly pulling out little plants that come up that aren't white and transplanting them. So I've got some nice multi-purpose compost mixed with my own tree bark here. I'll just fill the space in a bit, enrich the soil. Right, so this is the sweet woodruff. Oh, I hope I'm doing the right thing here by splitting it, but oh, that's lovely. And you can tell that it's a spreader because the middle's empty and the roots have gone to the outside there. I'm just going to chop through it. That's it. You know, I might even get 4 plants out of this. It's a good time to do this with your plants this spring because obviously they're coming out of their dormant state and they're just wanting to grow. That's it. Right, actually I'm going to split that again. And obviously if you wanted a garden to be sort of instantly created, you would just plant the whole plant. You wouldn't be doing this. But I quite like just taking my time and letting the garden, and all these little bits that have come off have got root on them. So this is going to be fine. Just make sure I plant all these back in. Oh, I wish you could smell what I can smell here. It's gorgeous. You see, each little piece has got a bit of root. Right, so what else can I have? A bit sweet woodruff. So I'm going to pop a bit here. I'm going to split this one again. I'm going to get 4 bits out of this. There we go. I'm going to put it in areas that I'm in quite often. And I'm going to make the point of watering things in as I plant them, not right at the very end. And it just means that if you get called away unexpectedly, then you don't have to worry about the little plants you've just put in because they've all had a nice drink. Right, so in this area here, this is a white hellebore that I planted this year, so he will just die back. I've got the sweet woodruff, the carex. This beautiful hellebore will be coming out, and down here I know for a fact this wallflower isn't white and that geum isn't white, so I'm thinking I can dig the geum and the wallflower out, and what I thought was I would put the geranium fame in there. And then behind that here, I think I'll put the poppy, the white poppy there, because I think the poppy will be finished by the time the geranium fame comes up. I'll be digging these hellebores out. Oh, he's lovely. And then that bulb will just come up through the foliage of the poppy. I've learned by experience to give plants a drink as I plant them, because one year, years and years ago, when I was really pressed for time, I got all these plants in, and then something happened with the children and I shot off, and it was about 3 days later when I went out and they were just all bedraggled. I can't even remember whether they came back to life. It's that first initial drink is so important. Right, now I know that hellebore there is going to come out, and I've got a space there beside him. So I'm thinking, can I plant something there? I'll go and have a look and see what I've got, because I think I need some height at the back of this border. So I've got this Dysbropsis perennials, and that does grow in shade, and it also grows quite tall. So I'm going to put that there, because when you can imagine this hellebore's gone and this hellebore and all those daffs have gone, then that Dysbropsis will grow up in that area and look stunning against the black wall. You know, I think I'll move that hellebore and put the Dysbropsis more as central there. You always have to think ahead, don't you? Right, where's the... I'm going to take him out with a huge root ball. I've also got lots of white foxgloves. I think I'll go and get some of them and plant them along the back there. So I hope if you've been fancying having a little white garden, but you didn't think you'd have the space for one, you know, you don't need a massive area. You could do one in a quarter of this size. So this fern is going to spill out here. So I'm going to plant this one here. And then I have some very tall pure white campanula in the side garden. I'm going to go and dig a bit of that out and put some there and there either side of him. And also get some white foxgloves from out the greenhouse. Oh, lovely. There we go. He's going to love it there. Deep shade, just what you like. Right, I'll go and get that campanula. Right, so I've got a tray of white foxgloves. And then I've dug up 2 clumps of the campanula. This grows about, I don't know, 2 foot tall. So I'll just stick that clump in there and hopefully he won't even know he's been moved. And I can see I've already put some of that campanula in that corner. Put that out the way. Put a bit there and a bit here. It's lovely, rich, crumbly soil around here. Right, and I'll put some of these foxgloves. I've got to be careful with these. I've got little bulbs coming up here that I've obviously planted. So I'll put the foxgloves right at the back. And if they flower this year, that's just a great bonus. And I think this is the way it'll just go all year in this white garden. Things will come up and they won't be white. I'll let them flower and then I'll move them. Now in this area here where my foot is, there doesn't seem to be anything there. So you know what I think I'm going to plant in there? I think I'm going to put this white aquilegia there. Because I think he won't grow much taller than that. Like I say, you have to try and keep imagining what it's going to be like when the hellebores have gone and the bluebells have gone and this greenery's all gone, but then this fern has come out. But you know, if I've planted things in the wrong place, it's easy enough to move them again. I'm going to make him a nice little black label. I do love these little black labels that I bought. I bought this, a few plants in a lovely little independent nursery just as you're heading over the bridge into Hexham. I had a lovely selection of plants. I do like supporting the independent ones. Oh, there we go. Oh, I've been so looking forward to this time of the year when you can just... You buy the plants and then you can actually get them in. You want the new plant to be at the same level of soil when it's in the ground as it was when it was in the pot. Foxgloves will do really well in any nice little pocket of soil in the shade. And it will fill this gap up in the corner. There. So the next The next plant that I'm going to plant is this Actia, and he grows really tall. "75 centimeters. Now he likes partial shade, so this is still getting full sun, but as you move around into this area it becomes partial shade. You know, I think I'm going to plant him down here, put him in this area so he fills this space, because I know this is definitely partial shade, but that might still get too much sun just there. And I've just spotted, I've got a lovely big clump of that campanula growing there. And the bluebells are 10 a penny, them. Oh yes, oh, really fibrous roots at the bottom there. So I'll just free them up a bit. Lovely crumbly soil. Right, there we go. So excited about this garden. I'm going to plant a foxglove there. There we go. Put a foxglove here. An exclamation mark at the end of the border. And these are all white. I grew these from seed. Actually, I've grown them twice. So I grew some foxglove alba and some foxglove excelsior mix, which are all sort of pastely colours, and then immediately lost the labels off them. So to be sure that they were white, I had to grow another packet and make sure that the label was kept. And I've kept them in a different greenhouse. And then down here, I think I'll put that lovely little pom-pom primula. He's lovely. And he'll just, oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? $1.99 he was. And he'll just really clump out. I'll have a lovely little clump there next year. Right, give these a water. Right, so as I look at the border here, this hyacinth has been knocked over in the storm, the rain. So I'm just going to take him out because he's not going to stand back up again, but I'll plant him in my side garden, along with this pale pink one as well. He'll never know he's been moved. But if you look here, I think that's a bluebell. Take him out. So I've got nothing to soften this paving stone here. So what I thought is I would put this arabis in with the lovely variegated foliage, because the foliage on the white wallflower is quite dark. So I'm going to put him on the corner because he's very low growing. I also have lots of lily of the valley growing in the little woodland garden that I have. So I'm going to dig some of that up. I might actually do that today and move some of that in here so that it starts to colonise. There we go. As I say, I'll make the little black labels for it. I have to put labels in, otherwise I just completely forget what I've planted. And whereas when it was only me in the garden, it didn't really matter. But when you're making a video, I've done it myself. I've watched a video and I thought, oh, that plant's lovely, but they don't tell you what the name of it is. So I know I've scattered some seed right along the front here of the Argentine forget-me-not, but I want to get this plant in here at the base of this rose tree. Rock collection, Iberis, sempervivum. Right, give them a drink because he was really thirsty. What have we got over here? So I've got that geranium black and white army, which is going to fill in this corner. I've obviously thought highly enough of this plant to give it a prominent position. As I say, I'll have to watch the video and see what I've planted there. It's all coming away, it's all green at the bottom there. So this is full sun. So I've got lots of places in here to fill up. So let's see what I've got there. Cat and Ange. Put my glasses on. Height 50 to 100 centimeters, spread 10 to 50. So he is very tall and narrow. That's good. I like tall and narrow. It's when they get a huge root, a huge crown at the bottom. Takes up all the garden space, which matters a lot when you've only got a little garden like this. So I think I've decided. So this is an achillea, and he grows, let's have a look, height 6 to 12 inches, spread 12 inches. So I think I'm going to put him there. And then this one is Symphiandra pendula. Now he grows, 12-inch spread, 20 inches high. So I think I'm going to put him there. And then I can plant other things at the back, maybe foxgloves or something like that. And this hellebore will just quietly go into the background till next year. And these contrast nicely with that foliage there. Wow. Oh, he's been dying to escape, hasn't he? There we go. Right, I can see a few weeds creeping in along the back there, so I'm going to get rid of them and then plant some more foxgloves there. Right, so in this area here, back, I'm going to dig this out and I'm going to put this one in, which is Francoa confetti alba, because this one likes full sun and it's 60 centimeters spread by 60 centimeters tall. So I'm going to dig this out. I think this little bulb is sort of like a pale, very, very pale blue. And this one I'm digging out here is a lovely sort of mauve coloured flower. It looks a bit, it smells like chive. It must be from the chive family. I need to fill that hole in. A bit more compost. Oh, it's turned really cold now. But I'm determined to get all of these plants in today, just in case it rains for the next few days. That means at least they're having a nice drink. It'll help them settle in. Right, so he should fill that corner out lovely. Right, we'll move along the border here. Right, I think I'm going to plant in this area here. I'm going to dig this yellow poppy out. Right, so I'm going to plant here, so that when these tulips have gone, I've got something in this area. So I'll plant as close to the tulips as I dare. So I can either put the Veronica gentianoids in. Let's see the So it's 45 centimetres by 60 centimetres. Or I can put the scabiosa in. Well, that's sun or part shades. I could put that over there. And this is full sun, 45, right, so I think I'm going to put this in here. Right, and then I've noticed on this corner here, this bit here, I want something spilling over here. So what am I going to put? You know, I think I'll put this tiny little one. It's lovely. Right, nearly there. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to dig that hellebore out, and I'm going to put this Veronica gentianoids in. Because this is the one that says sun or part shade in any good soil. Right. And I've got a nice big root ball there. Right, so I've got the Solomon seal popping up here, but he doesn't stay up for very long. So I'll fill that hole in there. Ooh. He is well and truly pot bound. So I'm so pleased. I've got everything in and a few other things that I hadn't planned on. So this is the angle I see from my conservatory. And I just decided to paint the back of the garage black as well, because this is a beautiful big white hydrangea. So all the plants that I've planted along there, the foxgloves, everything, they're all going to really show up. So it looks a bit muddy, but it'll continue to rain and wash those flagstones. So I'm really pleased with everything. Can't wait for it to start growing and flowering. I actually had to put a stake on these beautiful daffs because they were just bent right over and lying on the paving stones because of the rain. I've just dressed this little area here. There's actually that's a drain under there, so I have to just put a paving stone down, and then whatever is in flower, I sort of showcase it there. So I've got a big pot of Solomon seal somewhere, but I thought I'd put the rhododendron on, and because this part of the garden gets more sunshine, those iris are just sort of, they're white iris, they're just going to be basking in the sun there. My little beautiful rogue pink tulip. But this is how I have dressed under the window of my conservatory for the white garden. So I've brought some beautiful white daffs round I had some of these were in front of my garage. And I just had them stored. All these daffs are from last year. That's why they're quite early blooming. The bulbs that I planted in the autumn, they haven't bloomed yet. Some gorgeous brunera there. It's going to be very much a white and green palette. This is a really unusual form of hellebore, I think. Some wallflowers off last year coming up. They're just sort of palest lemon and then turn white. Not sure what these lovely ones are because I've lost the label. And these are all my hostas. This is my new little mouse ears hosta, and I've put him in the bottom of a fire pit. Sort of rusty metal will keep the slugs off him. But I split all my hostas this year, so and they're all doing really well. I only split them 2 days ago. Some more hostas, and then more hostas down there. So this border that you're looking at here gets the early morning easterly sun. So those daffs should last quite well there. Very peaceful around here, isn't it? So I thought I'd show you the view that I get from my conservatory. So I put all these pots of white daffs up on a little bench so that I can enjoy them from inside the conservatory. I think that looks really pretty. Very pleased with it. It was a lot of hard work digging the border out up there, but so worth it. Right, so that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and please do come back. I'll be making lots of videos about this, the progress of this white garden, and you can see how it does. So until next time, enjoy your day. Bye.